Hello everybody and welcome to the next vlog of the Ffarquhar Replica layout project. Now, things have been happening since the last vlog. Mainly the track in the station area has been newly laid. It's been fixed up, so all the trains can access the station clearly, and there's enough room for Thomas and all to run around any enclave, and also enough to stay in this siding. So there's a few items which I have to get sorted out on the layout at the minute now, and mainly, of course, is the station area, which which is completely blank at the minute now. So I'm going to be working on a new station at the minute because the one I had tested in the last vlog was actually too small. The platform was too small for the area, so I have to try and make up a new one from scratch. Now, to keep it in level with the road here, this is just some fiberboard which I cut to shape, and it'll be stuck down in place, and I'll be having some Javis grey scatter on top just to blend it in with the rest of the road over there. So of course I'll need to lay some more scatter along here just so it'll blend in with just to continue on that wee road. The platform I'm going to be making up using parts of a Built Easy kit, which you can get platform size, as well as some cobblestones and fencing, as well as a few bits of station clutter which you'll probably find in a station yard as well. As well as that here, I've also need to try and get some new back scenes fitted as well. Now, I mentioned in my last vlog that the original back scene that I had there wasn't really up to my tastes, and it didn't really fit in well with the layout, to be honest, because it felt more like a 1970s/80s kind of look, and it wasn't really the look I was actually looking for this layout. This layout is more or less set maybe in the 50s or somewhere like that. They're somewhere around 50s era or early 60s in ways, but with that back scene in place, though, it just looks a wee bit too modern in my case. So I've got some new ones bought from Built Easy, which I actually got from a company called Freestone Model Accessories, which do a whole range of Built Easy kits and back scenes. And they were very kind enough to send me through the back scenes for some new for the station area. These back scenes are actually also similar to those. Actually, in fact, they're actually the same ones that we used for the Mark II Ffarquhar layout. So if you when I next have my next vlog here, I'll probably have these back scenes in place, so you can do a comparison. So you can just to see what you think. It won't necessarily be like the original, but that's something I have to sacrifice just in order to get something period-like inside. But besides, the Built Easy ones blend in well with the rest of the buildings, because all the rest of the buildings are Built Easy kits, so I thought maybe you might as well use some Built Easy back scenes just to blend it all in. There's also an area over here leading into the core line, which it kind of looks a wee bit odd. If I could just can I zoom? Yep, if I zoom in there a wee bit, you can see here how the transition of the back scene leading into the station area looks a wee bit strange in ways. So what I've actually ordered off as well as some Built Easy woodland back scenes as well. So that area there, I'm going to be probably incorporate quite a bit of some woodland area just to try and maybe help transition the countryside into the town area easily. I don't mind these back scenes here, these town scene back scenes, because they're okay, because I can turn them down in ways just to see if I can blend them in ways, but other than that, they're absolutely fine indeed. So next up is, once I have it sorted out here, well, until I can get those bits sorted out here, what I've actually going to see about fixing up at the midnight is some retaining walls. Now, there's I've actually got a photograph here taken from, which is actually a scanned copy of a photograph of the original Ffarquhar layout, and let me just find it here. Here we are. This is it here. Now, for those who have got the latest edition of the newest printed copy of the Thomas the Tank Engine Man biography by Brian Sibley, you will actually come across this photograph in inside its pages. And if not, then this is a wee bit of a spoiler for you guys if you haven't got that book. But this here gives you a good detailed look of the station area of Ffarquhar, which I actually was quite surprised and really was actually glad of it, because there were some areas in this area which actually confused me in ways. I didn't really know what actually was included in this area. So what I'm going to be trying to do is I'm trying to get these retaining walls built up. Now, I did try and find some retaining walls online to see if there was any, good brands and stuff that actually would suit it. There was some like Metcalf, what was it, Metcalf? I've forgotten what it was called. Ratio, Metcalf, Ratio, and there was also ones from International Models, which I was actually going to try. I was actually going to go buy, but they were out of stock, and they actually stopped. In fact, they actually stopped producing those ones there, which was really disappointing because they were the right size as well that I needed for this project. So I tried I actually measured up what not the Build Easy ones, the Ratio ones were going to be, but they were actually too small. In fact, they were only big enough just to fill up this area here, just this wee bit here. Well, that's okay, but I actually need more to actually, tier up this area here, because it's going to be getting higher and higher and higher as it goes up the hillside, as as you can see in this photograph here. So what was I going to do here? Well, I couldn't use the Metcalf ones because they weren't actually the right sort of retaining walls that I needed to match the original. So it was a wee bit of a head scratcher here, but until I actually came across this website here, which is called Wordsworth Model Railways. Now, this guy also has a YouTube channel, and I would strongly recommend checking out his channel because his layout is fantastic. Now, at the minute, he's going for a rebuild at the minute with the layout, but in previous videos here, it looks absolutely amazing. But what he's done here is that he's actually made his own buildings and scenery as well, like back scenes and stuff there, on his computer, and he's actually printed them out and built them in kits. And what he's also done is that he's actually letting you download these kits online for free, which is great. But there are also some kits there which you will actually, you have to pay for. But these ones here, these Arches one here, they are actually on the free download site. So big strongly thanks to Wordsworth Model Railway for producing these here, because this actually is a huge help for me with this project. Now, you will also notice here that these actually are, they're not really quite the right size at the minute. But what this fellow has also done here, what Wordsworth Model Railways actually has as well in the PDF for these here, is that he also has the brick paper for these here. So what I actually do here is that I'll print out some more of the brick paper, and then actually use that, sort of lengthen it up a wee bit, just lengthen these bits a wee bit, as well as filling these gaps in here. So I'll be able to get the right height of the retaining walls, and then once that's done, I'll glue those in and then try and blend the scenery around it just to fill in the gap. But at the minute, my printer ran out of ink, so I'll have to try and wait a while until I get some more printing before I can print out any more. But this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be keeping these good here until I get around to get more ink to print out that brick paper. So we'll end this part here at the minute here, and in the next part I'm going to be talking you through some other items which I'm going to be included in the station area.